is a threat to the marriage law and family values.
We have to advocate certain policies that are more pro-family, procreation.
Why are we seeing them as a threat?
What are we trying to achieve? We just want to be accepted.
377A should have been repealed. This law was inherited from the British a long time ago. Singapore, with its modern culture, things like premarital sex, and even gay women, they are permitted to have sex without being penalized by the 377A.
As a Muslim, legalizing same-sex relationship is against the commandments of God. On a more secular platform, majority of Singaporeans, 55%, against same-sex relationships. In my personal conviction, S377A should not be repealed.
I did see something on the internet that is quite disheartening, where people misuse certain Buddhist scriptures to say that gay sex is wrong. But the underlying value of Buddhism is non-discriminatory, and the very fact that we hold on so strongly to our views, that actually caused a lot of anger, a lot of suffering, which is what the Buddha taught us to let go of.
Religion is seen as an individual pursuit. Therefore, you can have somebody of that LGBTQ community who have a very strong spiritual path and undertaken from the Hindu scriptures. Ahimsa, literally, basically everybody thinks is non-violence. Let everything to exist without disturbing its nature. The repeal of the 377A recognizes their existence instead of looking them from a draconian point of view.
The repeal of the S377A is a threat to the marriage law and family values. The LGBTQ plus activists, they want to advocate same-sex marriages, they want to change what is taught in schools, and also they want to change parenting values.
In progressive societies, this is definitely something that's going to happen. I believe their main intention is to strive for equal rights together with the heterogeneous family units. But we are already suffering from dwindling population. We have to advocate certain policies that are more pro-family, procreation. The agenda of the LGBTQ, to a certain extent, will undermine that.
Why are we seeing them as a threat? There's no such thing as they coming and trying to take over our lunch or something like that. I'm quite confident that in Singapore itself, we hold Asian values strong because of our neighbours, and we are surrounded by that kind of thinking, and our neighbours are no small neighbours.
How the world is going, we can't really stop it. That is why we have to be even more rigorous in the teachings of Christianity. When my children grows up, they have to make their own decisions about their faith. But I'll be there to advise them and tell them the difference, the pros and cons.
If my child comes to me and he raises the fact that he has identified into one of those LGBTQ, that is very important because they've confided in you to come and talk about it. When they don't talk to you about all these things, this is where it really becomes a big event.
If my child identifies herself as LGBTQ, I will tell her again, nicely, lovingly, as a father, that this is still wrong. I will continue to pray for her, but I will never ask her to get out from my house. You are still my daughter.
It gets a little bit out of hand when people were to impose their views and say this is right, and because my religion is right, that makes you a bad person. It's the same for the LGBTQ community as well. Sometimes we want people to be very accepting of our differences and unintentionally also impose our own ideals, our projection of what is right and what is wrong.
The proposal to repeal benefited in a way that the Muslim community wakened from their slumber to strengthen their faith. Muslim leaders and Muslim scholars have to grab this opportunity to educate and to lead the Muslim community, especially, to the prophetic path.
You can disagree while showing compassion and use a gentle approach to try to understand the other party's point of view. What are we trying to achieve? We just want to be accepted. Then can we feel accepted while living together harmoniously despite our differences? I think the answer is yes.